Hey guys, sorry we're late. Welcome to the Dealership Easy Money Machine training call. Yeah, we're just hopefully you guys couldn't hear us, but we were starting to get our ducks in a row on the companies we're going to start hitting up on the SMS Bird Dog program. Those of you who are not familiar, check out the Beacon Snap replay. That'll be up in a couple hours here. But welcome to the Dealership Easy Money Machine training call. Just want to go over some quick Q&As and address any struggles you're having. I have been getting some support tickets, and I want to make sure that I address them correctly. So, Glenn, are you on the line here? Glenn, are you here? Glenn is not here. So he left me with a question to address, so I can just refer him to this replay. So essentially what he asked me about the general alert settings, the notification control option. So let's go into the chat management up here. We have our list of agents. You can set the notification settings. So what Glenn had an issue with is he was using web chat. He doesn't want his workers using a cell phone. So if they used our service, they'd essentially be forced to use a cell phone for notifications, but that doesn't have to happen because we have the tools in our chat widgets here where we have Chrome notifications, PC chat, and browser notifications for text chat. So text and web chat. So those will notify you anytime somebody replies. So if those workers, even though they don't have a cell phone on them, they can still get notified of chat. So what we did, and Glenn, you're going to want to follow along here. You can opt to have every reply where they get alerted by email, but obviously in your scenario, you want to turn off SMS because the employees are not allowed to have cell phones. That'll solve that problem right there. Next issue is going to be presumingly that every single customer comes through and starts a chat on web chat, the chat is going to be taken care of right away. So there's no need to have an alert sent every single time somebody replies. So you are going to want to select for your agent, the agent being the main dealer, only send alerts on the first contact, and you want to check this off. Obviously, never choose call on first contact. That is for agents that are just lazy bums and they need to be pushed to work a lead. This is one of Elena's creations that we put to work, and it seemed to work back in the day. Still works today. ADF, obviously, that's for the XML file of the lead that gets sent to their CRM, so they can have that lead distributed to a salesman or an employee at the other service. You don't need to use ADF because I think the business you're working with doesn't require ADF. It's a totally different niche, I believe. That is correct. Now, because you are using web chat or text chat, you're probably going to see a ton of activity on your dashboard. If you want to curb the load time of the dashboard, what you want to do is you want to set this to perhaps like 10 days here. That way, any chats that are 10 or 11 days or older will not show up on the dashboard. You can also auto close them if there's no response, no activity from either the agent or the customer for X amount of days here. You choose the days, it'll automatically remove it from the dashboard. So the entire premise behind this right here, all this that I've highlighted, is to make sure that the dashboard is not gummed up for the agent, because we've been in this scenario in some of our stores that we've signed up, dealerships that we've signed up. That was an issue. It's like, wow, this dashboard takes like a week to load. Well, it's because you have like 60,000 chats trying to load every single. I think it reloads like every 5 seconds, so it'll take forever. So to clean that up, just show like the last X amount of days, like 5 days, and then I'll take that from like 60,000 chats down to like maybe 20. So keep that in mind when you're setting that up, Glenn. Any keyword that is assigned to the agent where I click this button here, so this was John Pasamato, this will also show all the keywords in left and right brackets any keywords that are assigned to John. So if somebody texts the word Pizza King to 69696, you'll get this message right here. And John will be alerted via email and via SMS that someone texted in his keyword, and can also start a chat if he so chooses to do so. That was weird. Was that you, Keith?
Yeah, that's me. Sorry.
You're so festive today, aren't you? All right. So next is the business hours of the agent. So from time to time, whenever you create an agent, it's going to inherit the business hours of the business, the main dealership account. But obviously, agents, they have to have some days off. So the agent or the person who's the administrator of the dealership can log in anytime and monitor and set these accounts to fire notifications that when you're active at work. So Monday through Sunday, work week starts on Monday. Let's say you don't work on Mondays, you can totally turn these off. And let's say you don't work on Tuesday, you're the guy, you're the poor sap that has to work from Wednesday to Sunday. That's your work week. And there's your hours from 8 to 5 p.m. What will happen is when a customer passes through the website and fills out that form, whether it be a web chat or a text chat, you will get notified from 8 a.m. till 5 p.m. based on the time zone settings of the dealership. Now,
can I ask a quick question?
Sure.
Is there any difference to the agent being notified whether it's a text chat or a live chat? To them, it's the same, correct?
To the agent, they're both going to appear the same.
Okay, that's all.
Obviously, for the customer, it's going to be a totally different scenario.
Right, the customer has a different interface, but for the agent, they're getting notified the same, whether it was a text or whether it was a web chat. They're getting notified the same, and they're responding the same through the system.
You're exactly right.
Okay.
And that's how we wanted to make the system. So this one control panel, this whole console here, no matter how that chat is arriving to you, it can be managed the same way. And I'll get into like how to identify a chat from a text here in a second. But make sure when you're setting the hours here, like I said before, when these hours from 8 to 5 p.m., a message reply will not instantly go to the customer unless this particular agent is on a round robin or he's set as the default support desk person here. If he is the default support desk, then a notification would be sent out saying, hey, I'm sorry, I'm not around. I cannot take your text or your web chat. Sorry, I missed you, blah, 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 blah. And then I'll show you where you set that right here. This is the, click edit. Mobile website auto response. This is what's fired when you are not available. Now, let me go back to John. So let's say you work from here to here, you got your text chats, and a bunch of chats came in for you on a round robin on these times when you're not working. Obviously, you don't want to be bothered because you're with your family, you're having dinner, whatever you're doing. You're going to get notified your next working day. So let's say this was your work day. Let's say you had this day off. You would not get notified of the chats received from here to here till 8 a.m. on your day of work. All those chats will just come in like a typhoon, like a tsunami of leads will come in. So that's how that works. And it's always going to take...
Or they will have already gone away.
Pardon me?
Or they will have already gone away because they did not get a response.
Right. I mean, any good company that's using our text chat service, the guy that's the head or the main login of all this, the main dealership login, he should time to time know where everybody's role is, who's off, who's not off, and monitor chats, especially text chats, if they're not being worked, because that is uber important, because a text chat obviously has a better closing ratio than a web chat. A web chat, you should always control. We go back to agent management, chat management here. So if I make John Pasamato live support here, he is going to get all the leads during his working hours. And then anything after hours is going to be passed round robin to these ones that are checked right here. Now, obviously, he can add himself to a round robin where even if he's online or offline, he can still get an equally distributed lead in the round robin. Turning all the round robins off or pausing them. Let me go back and you'll see that there's 3 functionalities here with this click. So I'll get into that in a second. So with John as the live support, he's working from 9 to 5 every single day. When it hits 5:01 and a chat comes in, that offline message is going to go to John, and he's not going to get that lead till the next day. So it's important to delegate roles. If there's several agents that are working after John leaves, which is sometimes the case. I mean, not everybody works the same hours at the actual location. He should log in and say, you know what? Joe's here for 3 hours after I leave. I want Joe to handle those so we're not losing any leads. So let me get back to the round robin here. You've seen that if I click it a couple times, you'll see a little pause button. So what this is, let me activate like a couple of these here. So we have Wendy, we have Mark, and we have John, all on round robin here. Leads are coming through. Boom, they're coming in order. Everybody gets leads equally distributed to them. So let's say Mark, he goes on lunch, he logs in, he just paused his leads. So now we got these leads we're going through. Now they're going to go boom. It's going to skip Mark, go to Wendy, back to John, back to Wendy. It's going to keep cycling until Mark comes back. Mark comes back, checks that he's there. The lead goes to Wendy, lead goes to John, and then lead's going to go to Mark until it's caught up. He's caught up equally with the other agents as far as lead distribution goes. So when he's paused, he will still get equally amount of leads that come in. Let's see here. In the chat sessions,
pretty awesome. And that will allow an agent actually to like turn their phone off, because most of them will not. They'll work through lunch because they don't want to miss a lead. But now this tells them, hey, you're going to get the next 3. If 3 came in over your half-hour lunch, you're going to get the next 3 anyways.
And it's no different than like salesmen. Every time they see somebody drive on the lot or walk on the lot, obviously they're all take turns. I don't know how it's done. I've never worked at a dealership. I'm sure they have like a board of like a list of names going.
They have a board and they tell you who's up.
Yeah. So, and obviously the manager says, "Hey, Joe, you're up," or "John, you're up."
You're up. Go get them. Close it.
Go get him, Tiger.
That's right. Put out your cigarette and go get them.
All right. So next, you'll see this new column here called phone mass. So let's say let me take all these guys off. So this makes this example better. John is the support guy. He's not, let's first, for the sake of argument, he's not the main dealership login. He's an agent that's assigned live support. But we don't want him seeing the phone numbers that come through. So if we click on phone mass here, anytime a lead comes in, he can still text or web chat with that customer, because obviously it's the same platform, it's the same process for him, but he'll never be able to see the contact information of that lead that came through, that customer that came through. So that way, number one, if you're really protecting your leads, or you have a bunch of guys that are just, maybe you're hiring a new one every single day and you don't want them taken off with your leads, maybe this is a high ticket product they're selling and you want to protect your leads, well, this is the way how you hide the phone number, is by clicking this right here. They'll never ever see the phone number of your customer. Anytime that person, let's say that if that phone number was masked for you and you transfer that chat to Joe Smith inside of the system or on the mobile chat part, text chat on the device, on the mobile device, it will go to Joe Smith and he'll be able to see the phone number, because obviously he's not set to have his phone number, the phone number of customers, masked. In the chat sessions, how do I change the word dealer to something different? So I'm trying to figure out where it says dealer for you. Can you be more in the chat sessions? You mean the history? Can you be more specific, Roy? Where it says dealer for you? Obviously, this says dealership for me because it's the name of the dealership that I set up. Let me know where you're seeing dealership in the chat box. This down here? Yeah, if you could give me the exact page. I'm not sure which one you're talking about. Can a previous chat customer call back to reach the agent he spoke with earlier? Yeah.
Can reconnect with the previous agent you were speaking to.
Oh yeah, with web chat, if they leave the page and they go to another page and they start the web chat again, it'll pick up the session where it left off. If you're doing text chat, let's say they're chatting with me here at James and I close his chat and he replies later, it reopens the chat and it always goes to the last agent that had the particular customer in conversation. Hopefully that makes sense.
Yeah, and that's exactly what that answered his question.
Great.
So as long as it just goes back to the last person they were talking to, so that guy does not lose the lead, he continues the rapport with the customer.
Lydia says, "Hey, hi Ed. When using Geocon, what is Geocon?" All right, so I'm still figuring out where
geoconquesting, geofence conquesting.
Oh, the geo that was mentioned a couple calls ago. I think John's still working on his buddies with that. Those are the ones that started up their own little geoconquesting company. So hopefully we'll get some news on that here soon.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm working on it.
Johnny Casamado, what's happening, brother?
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I just like lurking, but every once in a while I'll say something.
So you missed some interesting pregame chat.
But that's why John's like a shark, because he lurks and then he.
we have to bring him up to speed on the pregame chat. I think he has some ends where he could probably get some SMS bird dogging feed his way.
He could monetize that to a massive amount of money. So yeah.
Yeah, John, if you like 60 grand a month, John, if you can handle that, you could do some bird dogging for us.
Now you really got me here. Now I'm heavy lurking.
60 grand a month, and you won't ever have to lift a finger or talk to anybody.
Yep, we're good. Covered, brother. All you got to do is just say hi to some people that don't like you anymore, but they're gonna love you after you talk to them.
Sounds good. Make friends and money. That's what I say.
So a question I get a lot is, how can I go back and see the other chats on a mobile device? By clicking on the hourglass here, you can see any old chats, all in your favorite format. Like I said before, the agents that are working with customers, chatting with customers, whether it be text chat or web chat, are going to be using the same platform. It's this platform. This is where they're doing their work. They're not actually texting anybody. Our system turns things into text and to digital words on a web chat, but this is the same platform for the agent on text or web chat. You can also send pictures as well. This is where you transfer chat, and I think, Roy, am I in the right area where you said you've seen the word dealership? It says when chatting, so I'm chatting here. I don't see the word dealership, so I'm still looking for that. Maybe do a screenshot, maybe so I can see it. There was another feature added too. Keep in mind too, some of the coolest things that we've created is this DMS live chat manager. This is the notification system that'll automatically come down here. We've done 100 videos on it, but we're getting some rave reviews from some of the newer setups that have been done by some of our members. They just love this notification system because it pops down. If you guys use LastPass, and when you put in the wrong password, it brings up like a red alert. Well, ours does the same thing. It puts up a little alert up here. It says, hey, you have a new text chat. You click on it, and all it does is embeds. If you can see my mouse moving, there'll be a little box here. It essentially just embeds this text chat in that little box here, and you can start chatting. You close it, and anytime there's a reply, a little icon will appear on how many replies you have missed. So if you've missed 2 replies, there'll be a little circle above here that says 2. Just like here you see on LastPass, you see 3. It'll be up here, and it'll say 2.
I can show that working in some previous screenshots if you want.
Oh no, I'm good. I think
Right.
everybody's really familiar with it. But we're just saying lately we've been getting some really rave reviews. But I don't want you guys to forget if you guys are using Chrome or Firefox, that the other feature is our browser notifications. This essentially is for those dealerships, and there's several IT departments at some dealerships that are set up this way where it will not let you, if you're using Chrome, it will not let you add extensions. It will not let you download EXEs. In the last case, this is a way around that, is to get them set up for browser notifications. All the agent does is subscribes. Obviously, I'm already subscribed. Now, anytime a chat comes in or somebody replies, I get a notification in this pane right here. And it'll also ding me. Anytime there's a reply, it'll appear right here. And no, I do not play Fortnite. That's my son. I'll never, ever play Fortnite.
Whatever, dude.
Roy says, it says agent in the chat you just had up.
Agent, but not dealer is appropriate. Yeah, it says agent because agent is appropriate. What do you want it to say other than agent? And you were saying it said dealer, but agent is appropriate.
All right, here's a long one. All right, so I'm going to take a breath here. All right, geoconquesting. You had given us an example of geoconquesting in the Facebook group. How do we get paid per text? Is that somehow integrated with an automated system to charge the appropriate fee based on chats acquired for the dealership? Sorry for the premature question. Tired or try to change lines using enter button. Is that integrated with SMS? The way you did your example, John. Remember you had the SMS chat button in there. That was just feeding off sales text chat system, wasn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah, there's no fees, obviously, beyond your licensing fee when you set up a dealer. Roy says, in my system, it says dealer. Oh, you know why it says dealer? Because you're logged in as the admin. You're logged in as your main admin.
Well, we're getting to the bottom of it. It's important.
We got to the bottom of it.
Let's get to the bottom of it. Let's fix it. Let's show them how to fix it.
All right, and for those of you that are creating messages here, you might see something like this. If you guys are using emojis, please be kind to us because obviously we are giving you unlimited text chat, but every time you add an emoji to a response back to the customer, whether it be here or in the tag box, you're essentially costing us double. Every one that you add, it costs us double again. So these are called segments when you have an emoji, and a simple SMS that's this long can turn into $1 SMS if you're Keith Guyton.
You know what? It's Tesla. I try to rock it with Tesla. Come on now. But wait, get back to why his thing says dealer instead of agent.
All right, so if I go my chat dashboard here, it's because he's logged in. If I go back to my chat management, this, where's the roll? Dealer, right here. Is this what you're talking about right here?
Must be.
It's because you're logged in as dealer.
So how do they change that? Let's say that they're signing up a business that's not a dealership. How does that change?
Reach out to support. Our programmer has to hard code it on this side to where it won't show dealer on your side. You can have it say main support, whatever you want to name it, you can do it.
Copy.
If you want to name it dude, you can name it dude. Dude.
I love it.
Right on. Okay. Anything I missed here? There was another feature that was added recently. We did show this off on a previous call, but obviously you guys remember from a previous chat, you can change the niche type. Obviously, we make this for its for automotive, for dealerships by default. So you can change all these types to match the niche. For example, if you're doing house, you can name this single family, or is it a duplex, blah, 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 blah. All the questions can have a custom information to match the niche besides dealerships.
Would you go over again how they could take their entire stock number portfolio and it automatically creates a short code for each stock number?
Sure, give me 1 second here.
Because that's something where a different business that has a different, CSV file could create the same thing, I believe, correct?
Yeah, and essentially I created that so we could create printable media that could be placed on cars, or those keywords could be placed on like Craigslist ad, or that image could be placed onto the image gallery of a cars.com listing for a car.
Exactly, yeah.
But before I get into that, let me, so you can add additional niche questions here, unlimited number amount that'll appear in the profile. So if you want to add more data points, simply click on this, name your data points, put an example value, and click on add the code below. What will happen is, if I go to chat history, and let's get a profile for one of the chats here. I'm going to click on this cat here. What will happen is it'll add those additional niche questions right onto this profile.
And that's something that one of the agents is inputting that data while they're engaged in the conversation.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing with that is, if I go back to that, this data is already pre-formatted by the company's IT department that put it on their website. So, for example, I click on the red Taurus. All that information about the red Taurus is pre-populated, and it's automatically added to the lead.
Nice.
But the option is still there for where you can manually enter the information as well. So let me go back to the chat history, and then let me click on the profile again. And just recently, which was 3 days ago, one of our members caught this. So they were doing a custom niche, had all the custom questions in here. And then when you sent it as a hot lead, well, what happened was it was still remembering all the old niche stuff. Well, now it is remembering every single new niche question and the converted niche questions onto the hot lead. And we're also delivering a link to chat now in our hot lead. So when you email this to Keith Guyton in Luxury Automotive Department, he gets that lead in an instant link to chat instantly with a customer via text chat.
Awesome.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right, so Keith wanted to talk about inventory chat. So what happens here is you're going to download a sample here just to get the lay of the land of how a CSV should be formatted before you import them. So keep in mind, when pairing up the lead information I just showed you, when you're doing the niches, you're more than welcome to rename this stuff when you're putting them back in. Instead of stock number, it could be address number, item number, all that stuff. Keep that in mind when you're doing this and you're creating your CSVs. But in this case, we have stock, year, make, model, price, exterior color, VIN number, and whether it's active or not. Active, I guess, would be considered if it's been sold or not. There is an API where their CRM can ping in if a car wants to be taken off the board, so that way it can be removed from this list. So they're going to take that, create their CSV, then they're going to upload the inventory. They're going to choose their thing, and then what that's going to do is going to automatically convert everything to the format of to start creating the custom images in the custom images in the set. I don't know if I can have time to actually do this, Keith.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Let me grab the downloaded key.
On the spot, but it's just such a cool feature that we did.
All right, so after you've uploaded it, it automatically converts all those records. For example, in this case, each car. Number one, you can grab an image. Like, I can guarantee this is not going to work because I think I've been through this before. It's because I used the demo. When it's set up, it'll automatically manufacture this creative so you can put that on a sign. So that's why it's not working, because I'm using demo content.
But it also automated QR code and everything.
Yeah.
Right?
It'll create the QR code. There you go. So you can put that on a car, and that starts a text chat of somebody that would be interested in that particular vehicle.
Then they know exactly what car they're looking at that moment.
Exactly. And then if they want to just advertise the actual keyword itself, obviously it's not very friendly, but people are used to doing this. Essentially, if you put this on a car, text the keyword DS2109033387 to get additional pictures about this car. Well, that would take you to and start a text chat. And then obviously in your autoresponder, you could have it send pictures or a link to the car.
Or it's like at a jewelry store, that would be great for them to like scan a QR code and learn about the diamond. And
exactly. And what's cool about this is you can also use this exact same system to even make your own creative. This is a pretty cool little drawing system you guys can work with.
So I wanted to like bring it back up to let everyone know this is built into the system, and it's phenomenal.
Yeah, I don't boast enough about it, but you can add images here. And then we go back to text. Pick a font. I'll just do display. I think you gotta drag it. Basics. I almost forgot how to use the dang thing.
It's just a cool system, and I don't think it's exploited or capitalized on enough.
So if I want to draw, I can come in here, draw, filters. I can invert it. What else here? I can add shapes, triangle. You can add a gradient to it. You can add pre-made stickers, transportation, put a car here, select it, put it there. Can't remember how to put the text in though. It's weird. I forgot how to do it.
Sorry to put you on the spot.
I forgot how to put the text in, dude.
I'm sorry. Pick font. I don't know. Whatever. It is what it is.
Size, round, color, merge, sans serif, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I don't remember how to put the words in there. That's freaking weird. Well,
Stand by for webinar in January on how to put text in here.
How to put text in this. I read this in the last call, how to do that text to that revolution slider, man. I know it's child simple stuff, but man, I totally blew it.
But the point of being that any business, whether it's a car dealership or a jewelry store or a sandwich shop, if they have an inventory list and they can create a CSV file, it'll automatically generate a QR code that logs in with its own opt-in short code keyword for that item and that item alone. That's pretty cool. It's fun when you think about what it can do. That's huge. That's major. That's massive programming. So like, because we're talking about dealerships, and John, I don't know if you're still here, that have
I'm here.
Over 1,000 cars in their inventory, and it'll automatically take the stock number and create a short code keyword based on the stock number and a QR code for every single car on the lot, and they can print them, stick them on there. Someone scans it, it immediately engages in the conversation, and they know that if they're talking about that particular car, which means the person must be standing on the lot if they've gotten that QR code and logged in on it. Right, John?
Absolutely.
I mean, that was the point of it.
That is cool. Yep.
And you can take that to the next level to any business. Like, I don't care if it's a pizza place. They're at this pizza, and that pizza has you want to order this, or a sandwich shop, and boom, you scan that sandwich. Okay, you want that sandwich? Boom, done. Like, you can take this to the next level for ordering. I mean, the applications are limitless.
And check this out, man. This is weird. So I clicked on social settings here just to see if I had built any Facebook audience from our text chat widget. Check this out.
That's awesome. Look at that audience. Woo!
That's from people coming through on the web chat and text chat forms that I put on the websites.
Wow, we put in
So now I can go into Facebook.
Let's send them a message right now.
Can't send it from here though. You have to actually go into Facebook and do it. But
Okay.
you can set all your Facebook audience settings here. It pretty much gives you instructions when you click on these. And then once you're done, you set up your ads account, save social settings, whatever automation you got going on over there. Anytime somebody is added to your Facebook audience, if you have it set for they automatically get an advertisement on day 5, blah, 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 you can do that with Facebook audience. If you see your name on here, it's your fault.
Dude, that's awesome. We could like remarket to all these people.
Yeah, Ken, the words fail, Ed. Yes, I cannot get anything to make text anymore. All right, any other questions, guys?
We have an all new SMS system that will work.
So one of the questions I've been asked is like, hey, you haven't had anything new come in the last couple months. I'm like, well, we're constantly adding new things. You just don't see it as a major cool thing. But if you want to talk about cool things, we're going to start adding some Facebook chat bots in here. Can I get a one in the chat box? Do you think those are cool?
Heck yeah, because everyone's using those now. They're all using Facebook Messenger or whatever you call it.
Yeah, they're really easy to install. So we're going to put that to work so you guys can have your dealerships and stores use that. Obviously, there's a lot of places where people can get that type of software for free, but if you guys are up for selling it, obviously you guys can offer text, web, and Facebook chat. So look for that down the line coming in January. And there was another thing we were going to create too on here. I think I'll keep that one a secret, but it does involve.
Wait till next year.
It does involve live video. So
less is more. Less is more. Keep them on the hook till January. It's okay.
We talked about this probably about 6 months ago about doing web chat where you're actually seeing the person live in the web chat. So let me do an example here, then we'll get out of here and start enjoying our.
Tell me if you're gonna put on my camera or not. I gotta know.
No, that's not gonna happen. All right, so I'm going to this test dealer page here. Wait for this chat to come up. So this chat little thing comes up here. As soon as they start chatting, a video will show and have the agent, and they'll instantly be able to talk back and forth. If you remember in Beacon Snap, we made that little thing called Caller Snap. That is an integral piece of this software that we're creating, where you actually be able to talk back and forth with a person you're going to be able to see at the quote unquote dealership.
I had someone ask me today if instead of sending in the text chat, if they could just leave a voice message.
Well, you're going to be able to talk face to face now.
Oh,
if you have a camera on both ends,
we're killing it.
You're going to be able to they'll be able to see you and you'll be able to see them. But in most cases, it's going to be the ability to talk to them while you see them. John, I don't know your opinion,
but and show them the car and be like, "Hey, I'm standing right next to it. Get in here and look at it, or look at this diamond ring, or look at this sandwich, and come buy it and eat it right now."
I mean, I actually think it would stop a lot of people from window shopping on a dealership if they came through and they clicked on this. You're about to be connected to a live chat. They see the thing loading, and the lady shows up. Man, you can't leave that call because you're gonna feel really rude if you do. So I think it's a huge sales tool. So that's just a little teaser of what's coming down the line. We are constantly improving our stuff.
John, what do you think of that?
Excellent. Can't wait.
Heck yeah.
Ready to roll. Can't think of
Make-
1,000 applications already.
Doctors.
Right?
Can you imagine
Yeah.
a doctor setting this up on his website, right? And it's set up in a private members area. And anytime that member of that doctor's quote unquote membership, and let's say that he's paying $40 a month to be in this doctor's membership group or list or whatever, and anytime he needs help, let's say I got this big, my ear's falling off, and I want to talk to the doctor, I'll be able to show him my ear or my falling.
You know where that really applies? That applies for parents with young children
Yeah.
who
It's
don't
huge.
know what's up with their young child because they're, new parents, or they even if they're not new parents, it's still like you got a 1-year-old or a 2-year-old and something, and you want to be able to like, hey doctor, do I need to come in? What's this? That's huge.
Yeah, and if you're running out of medication and the refill bottles doesn't say no refills, you just connect to the doctor here and say, "Hey doc, I need some more fentanyl."
Well, so that leads us to the next question, and I don't know the acronym, but
More Vicodin.
is healthcare compliant or whatever it is.
Run that by me again.
That our system can be healthcare compliant. I forget what it's called.
HIPAA.
Oh, absolutely. HIPAA compliance.
HIPAA compliance, right?
Yep.
Because that's been a huge issue for a lot of people, and I know like other SMS companies can't do that, but as long as we're HIPAA compliant for the security, safety, and privacy of patients, then this is a system you can sell to practitioners of medicine.
It's just one way that it can be sold. So look for that in 2019. We'll go ahead and close this one up. We've hit the top of the hour. It's been a long day. I am exhausted. Thanks, John, Keith, and Elena for hopping on today. Hope you guys have a great holiday. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Same to all the members out there. Hope 2019 is going to be your best year ever. And I'll say goodbye. I'll let you guys say goodbye.
Bye, everyone. Happy New Year. Merry Christmas.
Bye, everyone. Happy holidays and to a robust 2019.
There you go.